Hey guys, welcome back to the White Belt syllabus. In today's video, we're looking at the walking stance middle punch. Here it is. Okay, so if you focused a lot on the blocks, we know that we've been crossing our hands a lot. Now it's a common beginner mistake to then end up crossing our hands for a punch. So be careful not to do this. The punch travels from the hip to the target. There's a bit more detail to that. You're going to learn about prepare motion, for example, later on. So there are slight changes to that, but generally the punch is going to travel straight to the target. We don't want to come across side to side. The middle punch is going to be on the center line. So if you were to change arms, you should hit exactly the same spot in the center using your main two knuckles. So make sure you're forming your fist properly. This is really important. So we want all the power to go in a nice straight line through those main two knuckles. Beginners, be careful not to tuck that thumb on the inside. This is very, very important. If you tuck that thumb on the inside and then punch hard, you're going to break that thumb. Thumb goes underneath. I often say to the kids in the class, just check out your dobok. There's a little picture there as a reminder. When we finish that punch, our arm will look visibly straight, but be careful not to lock your elbow joint. We want to stop the punch using our muscles, not our joints. If you're continuously jarring your elbow, this is going to cause you problems later on, so be careful not to do that. We're in a full facing position for the punch, so be careful not to lean towards the punching arm. Keep those shoulders nice and square, angling the punch in towards the center. Again, because we are in a full facing position, we're going to rely more on driving off that back leg to generate power and include our mass rather than the rotational power that we get from a low block or a middle block, for example. So make sure you're engaging the muscles in that back leg as you drive yourself forward. Timing is key though. Everything has to finish at the same time, so be careful not to step, then punch. We're rotating that hand into position, so you want that twist or that jirugi effect on the end, and your reaction hand is going to rotate back to your hip. Be careful not to lift and then push forward. Another beginner's mistake here is we tend to come up towards the shoulder and then push forward. We do want a slight rotational movement down near our hip, but generally the hand stays relatively low before you throw it in a straight line to the target. We want to push that punch forward. We don't want to pull it down from the elbow. The finish point of the punch is going to be shoulder height, so be careful not to let that punch come up a little bit. Okay, and that's it for the walking stance middle punch. Awesome job, guys, and see you in the next video.